Joseph, there's been a lot of looking back on 2024, as there always is as we come towards the end of the year. How do you reflect on the year for yourself?
It's been positive. I think it's been positive in regards of just how I've grown as a player, as a person. And I think if we look at 2024 as a whole, going back to the back end of last season, what we were able to achieve as a group and put ourselves in a position where we can then kick on again this season, I think it's been very good. It's been a lot of learning for me, a lot of experience gained, which is always and only going to help me in the future.
That the first half of this season, at least for you, seems to have been particularly strong.
I've just been. We always have this conversation. I've just been taking every game as it comes and just been enjoying it along the way. You know, just playing with freedom, thinking with freedom, just being relaxed, being myself, and just trying to bring my best self every single training session, every single game, every opportunity that arises, just trying to take it and make full advantage of it, in all honesty.
Is that playing with freedom and particularly the thought side of it, how big is that? So it all just kind of feels natural?
It's massive. It's massive. Interestingly enough, I was just watching, I think, a documentary Manchester City put out about winning the four Premier League titles in a row, and a big thing that Pep Guardiola was talking about was just thinking. He was just saying, look, just think in your head, decide that you're going to go out there and win, and that's it. And then you destroy your opponents. And I think it's a good example that even at the high level, the elites are able to take on that principle and way of thinking, you know, and try and implement it. So I think it's massive. It's massive. Just how you think every day, day to day, just rolling with things, being present. I think all plays a part in all. Then if you kind of keep working it, and it's all trial and error to some extent, you know. It's not one size fits all. It's finding what works best for you and just trying to fine tune that every single day.
I'm going to ask you kind of, and I know I've asked you before, in terms of why you feel it's going so well for you at the minute, or what, if anything, has changed. But is the mentality side of it a big part of that?
100%, and just controlling what I can control and not getting caught up in any other noise, anything that's out of my control. It's not for me to have a final say on. It's out of my hands. I don't really allow it to bother me. When I get back home, just relax, watch something on Netflix, cook, enjoy cooking a lot. So it's just once I'm here, that's it. Once Joseph Olowu is here at the training ground, I'm here at the training ground. Once I'm away, probably review the game, and after that, that's about it. Maybe catch a few games on TV. Darts is on at the moment, so just being myself, just being relaxed, and just being present.
I'm going to ask you, and I think again I've asked you this before, in terms of where does this current run rank among your time at Rovers? I think
I'll look back on it. You know, currently I'm just here. I'm just turning up every single day. I think you can probably ask me that question in probably 4 months' time, 4 to 5 months' time, and then I can give you a better answer. But currently I'm just here. You know, there's still work to be done. Nothing's concluded in December. There's still a lot more games to play. You know, we're going into the second half of the season now, so now we get to play everyone again. And that's another challenge. And we're also going to be a challenge for them. So it's just looking forward to those games and taking them one at a time.
On that mentality side of things and going out and having it in your mind that you're going to beat the opposition, have you been able to kind of take that on board yourself and carry that forward? Do you think, are you confident in going out there every game and getting the win?
I think you're always confident that you're going to compete to the best of your ability. I think the example of Pep Guardiola was just what they did. You know, everyone has different approaches when it comes to it. My approach is different. Another player's approach is different. Pep's approach is very different. And so it's just knowing and almost trusting, look, if I can do everything I can within my power to give my best possible performance, then you hope that the result then follows. If that can filter through the whole team, then fantastic. That
focusing on one game at a time really certainly seemed to help last season, but that's been a strong part of this last year or so in terms of the success that we've enjoyed.
It's necessary. You can't look too far ahead, you know. Can't look too far behind either. You know, we can't compare ourselves to where we were this time last year, and we can't compare ourselves to how we finished, because if you look at that too much, it then piles on unnecessary pressure because that's been and done, that's been and gone, sorry. It's now about what can you do currently. So it's about, let's take the next game, and before you know it, you then take the next game and the next game, and then that's how the snowball effect happens, and that's what you saw in the back end of last season. So it's for us to have that same approach this time around to understand, look, we didn't aim to go on that unbeaten run. We didn't. We just wanted to get points on the board because we needed points on the board. So I think this time around it's got to be the same thing. We don't aim to go on because that's looking too far ahead. We aim to win the next game and the game after that, and then hopefully, like I said, the snowball effect then takes place.
Yeah, very different scenario, isn't it? You needed those points on the board to really kind of catch up and get where you needed to be. This time, starting from a much better position headed into the second half of the season, but the points on the board are still needed if you're going to go where you need to go.
It's still very necessary, and I think we've put ourselves in a much better position, and I think that's what we need to appreciate. We really need to kind of sit back and appreciate the fact that where we were in comparison. Sometimes you can look back in comparison to appreciate where you are right now. And I think that's what we can do. If we go a year from, I think it would have been, I can't remember what game it was, but then to now, 2 different positions. So you've got to appreciate that that's where we were then, and we're still able to do that. But we're in a much better position now, so let's actually knuckle down in each game at a time and let's see what happens.
We're in the middle of the really intensive kind of festive period. How do you assess it so far? If you go back to that game just before Christmas against Tranmere?
There's been good results in there. There's been other results that are not ideal. We know we want to be better in those results, but we're still keeping ourselves in and around it. And that's the main thing. We demand a lot from ourselves. The coaches demand a lot from us, as they should. We also demand a lot from the coaches, because we have to push one another from both sides. So we know there's still more to come. There's still more levels to reach, and there's still more better results to come along, if I'm being honest. And I truly believe that it will start to come together. And we as a team, as a group, as a club, need to believe that as well. Fans on board as well, everyone on board together, pushing in the right direction, and it's going to be good.
Gaff says he doesn't think the group has particularly got out of second or third gear yet. What do you think needs to click or to happen to get to that next level?
I think we just need to be relentless. Be relentless in our pursuit of how we play, and I think keep that identity and that image of ourselves at the forefront of our minds. Because once we do that, as a group, we feel it. It's not a thing of we just feel it. Yeah, this is us. This is our identity, and it's needing to be relentless. And it's hard work. It's meant to be hard work. It's not meant to be easy. So it's just absolutely head down, doing the work that is necessary, and just be relentless with it.
You're confident that can all come, and you can achieve what you want to achieve.
100%. Like the gaffer says, he's 100% right. We have not gotten into full gear at all. And look at the position we're in. So that's why I'm saying we need to appreciate that, because we still have levels to go up. And I believe as a group, we understand that. We are coming to understanding that, yeah, we've still got a lot more to come from us. And once everyone, from back to front, fully understands and takes that on board, yeah, there'll be a lot more to come for sure.
Kicking off 2025 with Fleetwood Town, it's a team that you didn't play too long ago. They've had a change of manager since. What are you expecting from them?
Naturally, you can get a bounce when a new manager comes in. I think probably more energy, probably even more fight, because they'll have players here that have a point to prove. I'd like to think. I may be wrong, but you never know with these things. So you've got to, us as a group, we just need to be at the peak in focus, in application, and in just how we carry out our game plan to the best of our ability.
From the work that you've done over the last day or so, looking towards them, have you seen much difference, or has there been much difference pointed out to you in terms of what they're about now under Pete Wild?
There have been slight differences, and we're well aware of them. So it's just for us to carry out our game plan and make sure that we don't play into their hands and just play our game and focus about us, because it's all about us. for us, it's all about us at the end of the day.
Be great to kick off the new year with a win on home soil as well.
Hopefully so. You know, enter 2025 on a positive note, and then just carry it through to the end of the season.